Good day, everyone. Magandang buhay and sawadikap. I am Noriel Ilustrolio, and I'm here to present to you my topic for Module 1, Part 4.2, about interrelationships among social change, social problems, and development. For our subject, Dev 208 Communication, Social Marketing, and Mobilization, for our program, Diploma in Research and Development Management, University of the Philippines, Open University. Let me discuss to you about interrelationships among social change, social problems, and development. Let me define each words for all of you. Let's begin with social change. Social change refers to significant alterations in social cultures or social structures, cultural patterns, and institutions over time. And the next one is social problems. Social problems are conditions perceived as harmful to our society, like, for example, poverty, inequality, unemployment, or environmental degradation. The third definition is the definition of development. Development refers to improvements in economic growth, social welfare, and human capabilities. So let me start with the drivers of social change. We know the definition of social change. We will now proceed to the drivers of social change, such as technology, globalization, social movements, demographic shifts, and political reforms. And as per impact of social change, it reshapes values, norms, and behaviors, often creating new opportunities, but also new challenges. The second one, as per social problems, there's connection to change when we are talking about social problems. Social change can both alleviate and exacerbate social problems. Like, for example, industrialization reduced subsistence, poverty, but created urban overcrowding and pollution. And another example for this is the digital transformation. It improved communication, but introduced issues like, very rampant nowadays, cybercrime and digital divides. And as per social problems as well, there's catalyst role. So the catalyst role refers to social problems often drive movement for reform, which in turn fuels social change. So the third one, we defined already the development. It is also the presentation of Ms. Ranel from the previous discussion. But I want to emphasize that development, there's also social dimension about development. It is because development, it's beyond GDP or the gross domestic product of every country. Development also includes education, healthcare, equality, and empowerment. So development, it interplays with change and problems. Development initiatives often aim to solve social problems. Like, for example, so there's social problems like poverty. There's also solution for that. Poverty reduction programs. Like, we're going to create poverty reduction programs for those people who are experiencing poverty. Next, we can also create sustainable development program which requires managing social change responsibly, ensuring progress does not generate new problems. Like, as I've mentioned, social problems, environmental degradation. For the development or a possible solution, we might create social development program. So I hope this tree is clearly defined and more information is stated from my presentation, like social change, social problems, development, its impact, and interplay, the development, its interplay with change and problems. So for the next part, I would like to emphasize for this slide is the interrelationships of the three concepts: concept of social change, concept of social problems, and concept of development. This tree has its role in the society and how it links to others. For example, what is its linkage to business, to other industries, or to other organization. Let me start with social change. The role of it, the role of social change in the society, it alters structures, norms, and institution. In terms of its link to others, it can create or solve social problems, shapes development pathways. The second one, social problems. The role of the role of social problem in the society, it challenges that hinder well-being, and it comes when it comes to connection or link to others, it drives social change movements, target of development policies. So it's more on developing policies and programs or plans. And development, it will improve living standards and human potential. And it linkage to other or connection to others, it requires managing social change aimed to reduce social problems. I hope this is clear on your end that there is an interrelationship between these three concepts: its role in the society and link to others. Okay? Next, let me give you, my dear listeners, classmates, and to all who are here, let me give you my key insights about these three important thing about social problems, right? About social change and development. Like I would like to emphasize about dynamic cycle, positive and negative outcomes, and its holistic approach. Let me begin with dynamic cycle. Dynamic cycle, this pertains to social change often produces new social problems, which then demand development interventions. Development itself sparks further change. So we ignite change here. The second one, positive versus negative outcomes. Not all change leads to progress. Oh, again, let me repeat that. Not all change leads to progress. Unchecked change may worsen inequality or it might lead to environmental harm. The third one that I would like to emphasize you about key insights about the three concepts that I mentioned a while ago is the holistic approach. When we say holistic approach, it's effective development or the effective development must integrate social change management and problem solving, focusing on sustainability and inclusivity. So, social problem, social change and development, its interrelationship, and key insights like dynamic cycle, positive versus negative outcomes, and holistic approach. So, I would like to um, connect my topic like social change, social problems, and development to participatory development. This is discussed briefly by Ms. Ranel from the first presentation. Let me just continue this and dig deeper about this topic. So, participatory development emphasizes involving communities directly in shaping policies, programs, and projects that affect them. It shifts development from top-down model to one where local voices, knowledge, and agency are central. This approach directly ties into the cycle. Social change is greater than social problems, and it's also greater than development. So I would like to there are three main uh, functions or concepts under this connectedness, under participatory development. The first one is social change and participation. Social change often disrupts traditional structures, creating both opportunities and tensions. But on the other side, participation development ensures that communities actively negotiate things or negotiate these changes rather than being passive recipients. Like, for example, let me give you an example for you to be able to grasp the information that I mentioned. For example, in rural electrification projects, involving local communities in planning helps align technological change with cultural practices, reducing resistance and maximizing benefits. So alam niyo na rin naman 'no, like yung mga yung yung mga pakuryente, pailaw, yun yung mga halimbawa nito 'no. Like yung mga flood control projects, ayan. Dito natin siya puwedeng mai-relate. The second one, social problems and collective solutions. Social problems like that I mentioned a while ago, poverty, inequality, or environmental degradation are best understood by those experiencing them. So, mas lalo nating malalaman kung anong meron doon like poverty, like environmental degradation, doon sa mga naka-experience talaga ng mga yun. So participatory development in relation to social problems and collective solution, it recognizes that communities have unique insights into the root causes and potential solution. So for example, community-driven sanitation programs in India, as I read an article on Google, they show that local involvement improves adoption and sustainability compared to purely government-led intervention. So we need to participate. We need to get involved. We need to make things happen. Okay? Like, sa madaling salita, kailangan nating makiisa, kailangan nating makialam. So the third one is development as empowerment. Development as empowerment is not just about economic growth, but about expanding freedoms and capabilities. So participatory approaches in relation to development as empowerment, um, participatory approaches ensures that development addresses real needs, reduces dependency, and build resilience. Yun ang pinaka-importante dito. So we have social change, social problems, and development, but we can connect this three concept to participatory development. Makialam tayo, makiisa tayo, kasi mas mapapabilis yung development, yung change. Although meron tayong social problem, if we're going to develop like programs, like contingency plan, we can empower each other. Sabi nga, meron tayo dapat camaraderie. Okay? So, I would like to emphasize this question before I end my presentation. Why participation matters in the cycle? So, the first one is social change is more sustainable when communities co-create it. Okay? Wow. So social change, it should be co-create. The next one, social problems are more accurately identified and addressed when those affected are part of the solution. Yun yung sinabi ko kanina, hindi ka lang dapat nag-propose, nag-isip ng solution, ikaw din dapat nagiging action. Kumbaga call to action, you are part of the solution, not the reason of the problem. Okay? Next is why participation matters in the cycle in terms of development? Because development empowers rather than imposition, fostering long-term stability and equity. So before my presentation ends, so my lecture takeaways in relation to my topic, participatory development in relation to social change, social problems, and development. It acts as the bridge between social change, social problems, and development. So it ensures that change is inclusive, 'di ba? Very trendy ngayon yung inclusivity, right? Problems also are contextually understood, and development is sustainable and empowering. So again, let me run down to you in terms of participatory development. It's bridging the gap. Okay, para siyang research gap. Ano yung research gap? It's bridging the gap of the relation that makes the relationship of the three concepts: social change, social problems, and development more equitable and sustainable. So bakit? Social change is co-created, as I've mentioned. The second one, social problems are accurately identified, and development is empowering and lasting. Dapat sustainable rin talaga siya. So my dear classmates, listeners, and to all of you who listen my presentation, I hope you learned something today about the interrelationship of social change, social problems and development, and also about like the interrelationship of the three. And then why is it important? So the tree, why is it connected to participatory development? Because what? It's co-create, as I mentioned, and social problems are accurately identified. And last but not the least, development is empowering and lasting. So here's the references. You may browse it and you may check it for further learnings. You may visit it. So once again, magandang buhay. Good day, everyone. God bless. I am Mr. Noriel Lastrolio, all the way from Thailand. Thank you. God bless and sawadee ka.